Hey y'all, Kelly Whitney here with another thing older Black women should tell younger Black women, but don't. Girls, live your own life. I ran into a video that I would love for you guys to watch. The title of the video is A 58-year-old self-made millionaire shares her best life advice. There's a few nuggets in there that I wanted to pull out. They all seem to encompass the idea that you should live your own life. You should not allow others' dictates to move you or influence you unduly, because if you do, you will regret it. The first thing she said that I can vouch for at almost 50, life goes by like that. You never know when your last minute is. If you live your life according to others' dictates, meaning you're listening to your family, your friends, to society even tell you what you should do, how you should do it, when you should do it, and why you should do it, first of all, you're not living your own life. And second of all, you're always going to be dancing to somebody else's tune because you're not taking the time to get to know what you want, what you like, and how you feel about certain things that have a major influence on how you live your life. She said, life is like a film. Every piece has to go together in order for it to work. It's not just about the actors, for instance. It's not just about the script, the lighting, the location, all these different things, the direction, the production. Everything plays a particular role, and your life is the same way. If you're not taking full autonomy, accountability, and control for your life, you may end up with a product at the end that you don't recognize or appreciate. Because life goes by so quickly and you never know when your last moment is, it pays for you to be 100% dialed in to what you want. She said that life is not one size fits all. There is no magic formula. So when you don't know something, it's not always beneficial for you to ask someone else for their advice, because everybody's got an opinion. Whether they know anything about anything or not, they got something to say about what you want and how you want to execute whatever it is that you want. This woman, who at 58 has a dozen restaurants, the one thing she regrets in her life was the one time she didn't listen to her gut about a business deal. She allowed herself to be swayed by her different partners and ended up losing millions. And those same people who were in her ear as her partners ended up suing her when the shit went bad to get their cut. When you don't follow your gut, anything can happen. Sometimes it's not always going to go bad, but it's very rare that when you go against your gut, the shit goes right. That's something that I've found time and time again. If your body is telling you not to do something, don't do it. That's something higher than you cautioning you, and you need to listen to that. She said she's never going to listen to anybody ever again when it comes to her money. I can vouch for that, because at the end of the day, if you listen to somebody else and the shit goes bad, you can't be mad at them because it was your decision. Now, speaking of your gut, she said when it comes to listening to your gut, you should do it, but your gut has to be clear. If your gut is not clear and you don't know what you want or who you are or what you like, your gut's not going to be able to advise you in the same way. And the only way for you to get your gut clear is for you to do that inner work, for you to weed out other people's opinions, for you to just move past all of the ideas and the demands that other people are coming at you with. And let's face it, as a Black woman, somebody's always got a an idea about what you should do and who and when and where and all this and that. Everybody always got something to say. Most of the time, they ain't listening to shit you gotta say, even when the person they're talking about is you. You gotta live your own life. And I think that older Black women don't tell younger Black women to live their own lives because they may not know how to do that. Some of us are still not living our own lives at whatever big age it is that we are. I didn't really start living my own life until I was probably in my late 30s. I've really started to dial in to who I was and what I wanted, and more importantly, what I didn't want. And when I started listening to myself, that was when my life changed. That was when everything got better. That was when I was able to see my path ahead and pivot and seize opportunities when they came up, because I was dialed into me. And when you dial into you, it's easier for you to dial into your external environment because you got that inner thing going, and the inner can help you direct the outer. And another thing about the gut that she said that was very important, in order for you to really dial into your gut and what your gut is telling you, you have to deal with your traumas. Family, friends, whether it's something you did and you regret, whatever the case may be, you gotta deal with it. You can't push it under the rug. You gotta face it, essentially, because if you try to move on or move past it, ultimately, traumas will bite you in your ass. They will not let you live free. They will not let you live to your fullest because you're always gonna be triggered. You're always gonna be hesitant. You're always gonna be scared. You're always gonna be paranoid. it's always going to be something about you that's being directed by that trauma. That's why whatever it is, abuse or a mistake that you made, a really serious mistake, we're talking a life changer, whether it's forgiveness that you need or counseling or therapy or to run 20 miles, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, you better do it, because if you allow those things, those traumas to fester, they can really ruin your life. Or if they don't ruin your life, they will minimize the opportunities and enjoyment that you have. And this last thing that I thought was a gem from one older woman to another: do not skimp when you're building your foundation. A lot of times people get ideas in their head and they want to move too fast. They get excited. They want to push forward. How can you get where you want to go faster? She said sometimes it's better to move slower, to really build a solid foundation and move with intention. When you move slower, you can move thoughtfully. You can move with consideration. Don't feel pressured by arbitrary timelines that somebody else has come up with, because that's somebody else's shit. And frankly, a lot of times when we follow other people's advice, they may understand our perspective better than some. Like if you talk to one Black woman, she'll understand some of what you're dealing with better than if you talk to, say, a white woman or a white man. But at the same time, everybody's experiences are different. Even me, the little information messages and whatnot that I give y'all gotta take that shit with a grain of salt, because everybody's life experiences are different. And just because I say one way is the best way, that's just the best way for me. That's the path that I trod. That's not necessarily what's best for you. So as you're building your foundation slowly and with consideration, so that that foundation remains solid and you can withstand, the winds of this and that, that's how you build yourself a good life. That's how you live well. And that ends my TED Talk for today. I'm gonna leave the link for this video in the description box, and I hope you guys watch it. And I hope you guys come back tomorrow.